I had a bit of that sounds so bad. Successful spell of connecting with people.
So what was the name again?
Well, we're not gonna.
Actually, I think what's a good idea? Can we give her a name?
Right. And Stephany says, "Pull your trousers down," and I was like, "Sorry, you can come to my house, but make sure my brothers don't find you, otherwise they will kill you. Or I earn very bad money, and anyone who's willing to give me something for free, I take it. I take it straight away."
Slowly but surely, I became a walking mess.
And you started to
I was
regret it.
melting. I was basically crying. I was literally melting. And this podcast is the new low of low. I am so sorry. We're talking about connections in car parks and sick. I'm just going to start this podcast off. I cannot believe what is going to happen in this podcast. We just had a very sort of nice discussion about the podcast. We're going, right, we need an upbeat podcast. We're sitting here, we're thinking, right, there's a lot of negative in the world right now. Let's get some positive stories in. So we're sitting there, dead awkward silence, and then I said to Sam as a joke, "Oh, well, there was that time that you shagged that fat bird, haven't you?" How about we talk about that, Sam? And he's like, "Well, yeah, I thought we'd be talking about that at some point." And I'm thinking, hold on, we got a podcast.
Oh God,
Sam.
I can't see myself, but I can imagine I've gone very red. Let's say what Jack says isn't entirely true, but we'll go into the details of the story.
Oh no.
So, in my youth.
What has this podcast come to?
No, right. Calm down. So, when I was younger, say like in my early 20s, 2021, I used to think I was a bit of a lad, right? I used to go out to the same bar all the time. And,
Do you shuffling?
Do the old shuffling.
Do the old shuffle, give the old wink.
Exactly, I thought I was just a top lad, mate. I thought people went to that bar to see me, right? I thought I got my good pick of the bunch here, if I'm honest. Go to the same bar all the time, and I had a bit of that sounds so bad. Successful spell of connecting with people.
Connecting.
What else should I say?
Connecting in what way? Emotionally?
Well, there was an emotional connection.
Emotional.
And there was a
connection.
Our mouths connected, alright?
Mouths connected.
Yeah.
Wow.
I can put it.
That's going one step too
No,
far.
our mouths connected, and this was a regular occurrence. Every week, I was successful. Then I had this one night, and it was an interesting story because there was this female who I was friendly with at the time, and this time we're not going to name names. Absolutely not for this story.
No. I had to edit, by the way. There was an episode where we decided, let's just start naming names from girls in college that Sam used to really fancy, and that made this guy, me, in the edit suite for a lot longer than it should have been. But
yeah.
GG, well played, Jack.
Well done, Jack. But yeah, so there was this.
So what was the name again?
Well, we're not gonna.
Actually, I think what's a good idea? Can we give her a name, please?
Stephany, because I don't know anyone by the name of Stephany, so it's absolutely fine.
All the Stephanies in the world, you're about to be blown away.
Lucky girls they are. So Stephany was a female friend of mine, and
you say female like Jim does in
I
Friday
knew
Night
you
Dinner.
were gonna say that. I knew you were gonna say.
Well, you just say it like, why do you do that? Go on, carry on.
It's actually it's also Martin says that. Get it right. But anyway, this female Stephany was she brought me a drink. She knew what drink I liked. She got me a shot, and I was like, "Thank you very much. Very nice of you." I didn't even talk to her for the rest of the night. I just took my drink.
Carried on dancing.
Carried on doing the old shuffle, and was like,
doing your connecting.
doing my. Well, I wasn't able to connect to anyone.
Oh right.
So
no service.
There was there was no service. So and Stephany was still about. So you know.
Ready to connect.
Well, Stephany was always a bit keen for the old connection. So you know, and I always made sure I disconnected. From that.
Forget this device.
Yeah. So but you know, I hadn't had a connection with anyone, so I thought, Stephany, there we go, come over here. Had a cheeky connection with Stephany, and then the bar closed.
Was that a mouth-to-mouth connection?
It was a mouth-to-mouth
Wi-Fi connection.
No, it was a mouth-to-mouth connection. I probably had a Wi-Fi connection at the time as well, but that's irrelevant. We left. We for some reason we decided to go. We decided to walk home, but in the wrong direction. We went the wrong way. Maybe it was Stephany's intentions. I mean, it was Stephany's intentions, because all of a sudden, bear in mind, we're out in public, and I thought at the time it'd be a really good idea to go out on a night out in my tracksuit bottoms, because I'm odd, and
Wait, hold on. You actually went out wearing tracksuit bottoms?
Oh yeah, mate.
Who are you?
Well,
how were you allowed?
I don't.
Any
establishment? I don't know. All right. I'm sorry that happened, and we move on. All right.
Stephany wasn't bothered.
Stephany wasn't bothered.
Stephany was up for the connection.
So all of a sudden,
Stephany,
I'm walking down this road, and Stephany says, "Pull your trousers down," and I was like, "Sorry."
Sorry, Stephany.
Well, she was like, "Well, I want to see what's in those trousers." And
he said, "Well, my phone
like,
is in my hand."
But I was a little bit shocked. This was very, very forward from Stephany here, and I mean, I obliged. Let's say.
Did you?
In public, and
not a good look.
It wasn't a great look. Luckily,
tracksuit bottoms on the floor.
Luckily, this was
by the ankles.
I must have been about 2-3 o'clock in the morning. So, luckily,
nice social time.
Yep, definitely good for the old connection
time.
And no one was around, and I thought, why not? So, down they came. Stephany must have liked what she saw, because we continue to connect.
What are you doing this podcast? What actually is going on right now? What is happening?
No.
Why are you...
Oh god. Anyway, then my trousers, I pulled it back up. I thought, let's go somewhere that has walls. You know, we're protected. Nobody can see what's happening. And so we walked towards Stephany's house, and she's like, "This is mental." She's, you can come to my house, but make sure my brothers don't find you, otherwise they will kill you. At that point,
that's a bit Liam Neeson, isn't it?
Well, yeah, and I was thinking to myself, well, Stephany's up for a bit, basically.
A bit of a connection. I've got to stop using that now. Go on.
A bit of the old connection. Sorry. But then I also said, I do value my life. You know, I don't want it to end.
Is it worth?
Is Stephany worth it?
Yeah.
That's honestly what I had to say to myself. So I thought, what we can do instead is, I don't have any siblings at home. So, they've moved out, or, wherever they were. Let's go to my house, and we'll continue our connection there. And so we did this. She lived in the opposite direction to me. So we walked back to my house. She had some sort of obsession with putting my trousers down, because she did it again. But this is odd. We did it. Did that, Stephany? Sorry, pulled my trousers down in the car park of a registry office.
Why are you at a registry office in a car park?
Well, there was one near my house.
Yeah, but why are you there?
Stephany obviously wanted to, and can I just say, before this story gets any more mental, I wasn't exactly sober. Right, I was a little bit off my nut.
I would hope not.
I was a little bit off my nut, and I just thought Stephany was a nice girl. So I what?
Well, she sounds like a lovely girl.
Well, I thought at the time she was very nice, and
yeah.
I'm sure if anyone else was in that situation, they'd agree.
Yeah, well, registry office is a good start, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean,
just the wrong way round.
Yeah, absolutely. So we went back to my house. My parents don't know this actually ever happened, And my parents had this rule. So I'm going to tone it down now. I had this rule where I wasn't allowed to bring any girls back unless I was in a relationship with them. So my success rate was really quite low. So I snuck Stephany in anyway, and we had this little this front room basically, which was like my lad room. Had like my games console, all my alcohol and all that. I thought, yeah, let's just take Stephany in there. Had a pull up bed, so I thought,
lads.
fantastic, yeah, do what I got to do. It didn't even get that far because by the time we could have got down to any potential connections, let's just say Stephany was slightly excited by the idea, and we weren't able to to complete the transaction, shall we say? And then she had to go home, and I don't think I saw Stephany after that. I think
What do you mean? What do you mean she wasn't able to complete the transaction?
I can't go into so much detail. Like, it's vulgar. It's not podcast friendly.
All right, so yes, that happened.
So let's just say, let's just say, before we were able to start, Stephany had finished. Okay, is that right for you?
Right.
Does that make sense?
Not really.
Not really.
Yes.
Well, let's just say she had to go home.
Yeah.
Because she
spent all of her load. There you go.
Right. That happened. She went home, and I didn't speak to her again after that. Not intentionally. Just
right.
I think it was more
You're a gentleman.
I think it was more the disgust of this whole situation.
Well, Sam, I've got a question for you. What have you got to say to Stephany now, listening to this pod?
I mean,
go on. Hi. Hello.
Yeah, hi Stephany. I think it's for the best that what happened. The connection didn't happen because we were inebriated, and I wouldn't recommend any inebriated connections happening. But yeah, I think, is there any other questions for me? Because I feel like that story, I've left out a lot of.
There's definitely a moral of that story, isn't there?
What would you say the moral is? I just can't believe that this has come out in the podcast.
Neither can, mate. I rushed on. The second you said you'd be up for it, I rushed to turn all the cameras on.
I honestly thought when you first started, saying, right, so this is what we're going to do, I thought you were joking. I didn't think it was real.
Yeah. Well, we've had a very surprising day of podcast, to be honest with you, because it's been kicking off left, right, and centre.
I mean, I'm a little bit. I'm disgusted that situation happened, and I'm ashamed that it's on the podcast.
Yeah,
it's not going away now because you're going to make sure you're our editor, so you're going to make sure
you have this for life now. But these are mistakes, and I guess you're defined by them, mate. You are as in not defined, but you have grown from these mistakes. Do you know what I mean? Would you be doing that again with
absolutely not.
Another Stephany?
Absolutely not. I think I've
even if she bought you drinks and
do you know what? I don't think I'm as easily pleased these days. I think it was more I earn very bad money, and anyone who's willing to give me something for free, I take it. I take it straight away. Straight away.
What a lad. Top lad.
Listen, like I said,
lad behaviour. That is,
no, it was lad behaviour, and I'm happy to say I've grown out of that. Stephany is now she's in a long-term relationship, so that's.
Oh, is she?
That's fine.
Good for Steph.
Good for Steph. So well done. Congratulations, Stephany. I'm an adult now as well. I'm not just putting down my trousers. At 11 o'clock in the morning. So that's good.
Yeah, the tracksuit bottoms. By your ankles.
I wouldn't dare go out in tracksuit bottoms. Tracksuit bottoms are, a lazy day indoor attire. I do not know why I went on a night out thinking this is a good idea. People are gonna love this.
Yeah,
really good.
I mean, we've all had. Well, I guess we haven't all had their moments, but we've all had moments when we're drunk. And
definitely not all had moments like I had.
No. I wasn't going to suggest that for a second, to be honest with you, but. I remember the first time you told me that story, I was in absolute agony. I was in tears, and
let's just say, I'm trying to be as friendly on the podcast as possible.
Yeah, you've definitely set a standard, mate.
I think No, but the information that I have informed you of, I went into a hell of a lot more detail, and I think I've described that story in a very nice way. Maybe not. Maybe some people would be disgusted.
It's definitely an image.
It is an image. An image that will never be repeated by me.
No.
Let's say. So I think, well done to me for never repeating that.
Yeah.
Disgraceful behaviour.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've had some horrific moments being drunk, but it's mostly been involved with food, hasn't it? Like after the night out.
Honestly, I was just thinking there was a particular scenario. We were even younger. I think we used to think we were such lads. We used to go to Brick Lane quite a lot. I don't know if that's what you were going to bring up. I don't know if you're going to bring up that story.
I was going to bring up what was I had in mind was the kebab in Birmingham. That was quite.
Oh my god! Yeah. Go on.
Well, no, I just basically became a kebab, didn't I? I just put the kebab.
You were one with the kebab
on my face, yeah.
And
I was one with the kebab.
No, you were.
Yeah.
And I actually I don't have it anymore. But there was a Snapchat that I took, and you could see I was recording you, and you were so ashamed of what you were doing. I wish
probably come to that realization of oh no,
no, this is happening.
This is guava.
But I wish it could be a point like insert video here, but I don't have it anymore.
Yeah.
So unfortunately we can't. But you can just imagine an absolute state in his. Jack used to have a thing as well, where he used to buy the most hideous suits, like on a night out.
Hold on, I'm offended by that. I've still got some of them jazzy blazers. There's nothing wrong with that.
The blazers, some of them were nice. When you got your bloody like zebra suit. You got a zebra.
I got not a suit. It was a zebra long blazer. It was like a zebra coat.
I'm sure you got the bottoms as well. You got some full.
Right. Okay. I didn't get a zebra suit, but yeah.
Some of the suits were very questionable and a talking point, I'd say.
Oh yeah.
Definitely a talking point. The story I was talking about, which I it's very funny. We went to Brick Lane, Curry House. You should be telling this story actually. Go on, you tell it. And I think, do you know what I'm talking about?
We had a few Brick Lane incidents.
The one with the chili.
Oh right, okay. So so we were about 18. So we all basically turned 18 within like a month or so. Yeah. And we thought, lads, let's go to Brick Lane and have a curry and get hammered. So Dan went to Brick Lane, had an amazing curry. It was really nice.
It was very nice.
I think we all got on this conversation because there's about 10 of us, and we all got into this conversation about spice and how much can everyone handle. And I thought, well, I'm pretty good at handling spice, which I'm not. I mean, I love spice, but it doesn't love me, and I can't handle it.
Did you think you were a bit of a lad thinking?
No, I thought I'm gonna really outdo the pack here, and sort of like.
So you wanted to be the alpha?
Yeah, I wanted to be alpha spice, basically.
Alpha.
Yeah.
Alpha spice.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, part of the Spice Girls there.
Wow.
And I called over the waiter and I said, look, what do you put in the spiciest curry? And he was like, oh, well, we put like loads of different things. And I was like, well, could you bring out the most spiciest thing so I can show these losers that I
think that's exactly what you said.
I can handle it. So it was actually something, looking back, like from a movie, because what they did, like, after 5 minutes, I mean, I actually was quite calm about it. I just thought it's going to be piss.
I don't really know if I had the chili. I think I was actually too scared.
No,
I liked
food. So this guy came out with this plate, and it had like a silver, what is it, like a silver bowl over it.
Yeah.
So as he opened this bowl, there was genuinely like smoke come out of it. It was like something from a film, and then they're laid
like tiny
a black chili, something like that.
Though.
They were absolutely they were tiny. And there I'm thinking like, look at this pathetic little chili. I'm thinking, easy. I yeeted this so quickly. I put this down my mouth so quickly. Chew. Swap of the old beers, and I was laughing. I was thinking, really, guys? Like, and everyone's looking at me with their mouth open. And slowly but surely, I became a walking mess.
And you started to
I
regret
was
it.
melting. I was basically crying. I was literally melting, and I then all of a sudden realised that the demon had taken my soul, and I ran out of that place. I ran out. Everyone's looking at me because obviously I'm just a walking show like that at this point.
Mate, you're a mess.
And I pretty much ejected my dinner, which I really enjoyed, by the way. But it was on the road, right, and it literally looked like someone just put the plate and threw the plate on the floor because it was just
horrific.
It didn't look like sick at all. It just looked like what it was there.
Mate.
This podcast is the new low of low. I am so sorry.
They might like it. They might like think, you know what, the previous podcast have been quite mature. They've been quite nice. This
We're talking about connections in car parks and sick.
Repainted the road.
If you've got this far, you've got to comment this podcast is sick, right?
I like that.
Yeah?
I do like that.
Oh, that's a bit... Oh.
Very good. Very good. But yeah, no, I think this shows a different side of us, mate. This show we're not afraid to speak about our past and things that we're not overly proud of. Let it out on the pod. Why not? Let them know that we're not perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I guess so. So the moral of that story is
don't be a dickhead.
Don't be old.
Don't be old.
Oh yeah. Or
dickhead. You know. Yeah. Oh, I've said it already. You can say it. I've said it in previous pods.
Yeah, I know. Rude. So yeah, that's been our stories for today, hasn't it?
And I mean, if you are a little bit disgusted, I am sorry.
No, we've already said sorry, so they've got to deal with it now.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It won't be a common theme, but do let us know in first of all if you appreciated these stories and if you've got any stories that you're not overly proud of, put them in the comments. Why not? And Jack, what do they need to do?
What you need to do, guys, I'm gonna do this in my sort of
Go on.
Sort of.
Really said it to them.
The voice. Send it. You need to subscribe, like, and share this podcast.
I like the sound of that.
Do you?
That was good.
It's sort of ASMR. Yeah. So do that, and you're basically a living legend. You're a walking legend.
Walking legend.
And I rate it, mate, because we're going to grow and we'll grow together. You'll be the OG.
Listen,
can you imagine?
I want you to be like I was there when they had 10 subscribers, and when we blow up, like we go mental, just like that. Jack repainted that road. We're going to repaint YouTube, mate.
Yeah. And also check out our TikTok, guys, because we're uploading on there daily, and our other socials, Twitter and Insta. We're growing. You're a part of the process. So thank you for listening to this week's episode of Chat All About It.
And I'm sorry once again.
Sorry. Be lucky.
And we'll see you when you're older.